In museums across Europe, thousands of priceless artifacts tell the stories of ancient civilizations. But among them are treasures that have traveled thousands of kilometers from their home. Royal crowns, sacred crosses, and ancient manuscripts from Ethiopia. They were created in Ethiopia, protected for centuries. So how did so many of them end up in museums in London, Paris, and beyond? The story begins with a dramatic military expedition in the 19th century and a clash of empires. Ethiopia is home to one of Africa's oldest and most powerful civilizations. For centuries, its emperors, churches, and monasteries were guardians of sacred objects and royal artifacts. Many of these treasures dated back hundreds of years, representing the rich spiritual and cultural heritage of the Ethiopian people. From the time of the legendary kingdom of Aksum, Ethiopia had a deep tradition of protecting its religious and royal treasures. These weren't just objects, they were the heart of the nation's identity, carefully stored in remote churches, ancient monasteries, and impenetrable royal fortresses. But during the 1800s, this ancient kingdom began to face growing tensions with ambitious European powers. In the mid-19th century, Ethiopia was ruled by Emperor Tewodros II, a powerful and visionary leader. He dreamed of modernizing his empire and wanted to build strong relationships with European nations like Britain. He sent letters to Queen Victoria, hoping to form an alliance. However, a series of diplomatic misunderstandings and a lack of response from the British government led to a serious crisis. Feeling disrespected and ignored, Emperor Tewodros imprisoned several British diplomats and missionaries. When negotiations for their release failed, Britain decided to take a drastic step. In 1868, they launched one of the most remarkable military expeditions of the era. Their mission was to march deep into Ethiopia, confront the emperor, and rescue the European prisoners. Their destination was the emperor's seemingly untouchable mountain stronghold, Magdala. The British expedition, led by Sir Robert Napier, was a massive undertaking. Thousands of soldiers, along with engineers and support staff, made the difficult journey across Ethiopia's rugged highlands. After a final, decisive battle, the British forces captured the fortress of Magdala. What they found inside was astonishing. The fortress wasn't just a military base, it was a treasure house. Rooms were filled with countless valuable artifacts that Emperor Tewodros had gathered from across his empire. There were magnificent royal crowns adorned with gold and silver, ceremonial weapons, ornate sacred crosses, and hundreds of beautifully illustrated, centuries-old manuscripts written in the ancient Ge'ez script. These treasures had been preserved for generations. But after the fortress fell and the emperor took his own life rather than be captured, a systematic looting began. Historians estimate that thousands of Ethiopian artifacts were taken by British soldiers and officers in the aftermath of the battle. The scale of the removal was immense. Transporting these heavy and delicate treasures back to the coast required a huge effort. The expedition used 15 elephants and hundreds of mules just to carry the crates filled with looted artifacts down from the mountain. From the African coast, the items were shipped all the way to Britain. Once in Europe, the fate of Ethiopia's heritage was sealed. Some of the most valuable artifacts were presented to Queen Victoria herself. Many others were sold at public auctions to private collectors, while the rest were distributed among various British institutions. Today, a significant number of these treasures remain in the collections of world-famous museums like the British Museum and the Victoria and Albert Museum in London. For decades, the Ethiopian government, along with scholars and cultural organizations, has been calling for the repatriation of these artifacts. They argue that objects taken under such circumstances should be returned to their country of origin. While a few items have been returned over the years, the vast majority of Ethiopia's treasures from Magdala remain overseas. Their journey from a mountain fortress in Ethiopia to the display cases of European museums is one of the most debated chapters in cultural history. It continues to raise an important and complex question for all of us: who truly owns history? Should these cultural treasures remain in global museums for the world to see, or should they finally return home to the people who created them? What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this.